The silence of space was absolute. Stars blinked coldly in the darkness, and planets drifted like lonely stones in a river of black. Earth had always looked up at the sky and wondered what else was out there, but tonight, that mystery seemed to answer back. Deep in the far reaches of a distant galaxy, a strange signal pulsed through the void. It was faint, almost drowned by the noise of the cosmos, but intelligent, deliberate, and urgent. At Earth's Deep Space Monitoring Station, Dr. Emily Carter leaned over the console, her eyes wide. Her hands shook slightly as she touched the keyboard. She had seen odd readings before, natural bursts of energy, strange but meaningless. But this was different. Patterns repeated with clear intention, a cry for help traveling across light years. "It's intelligent," she whispered to herself. "Someone is trying to communicate." Far above the Earth, the human Armada's command ship, Odyssey, orbited silently. Admiral Marcus Hale stood on the bridge, his uniform crisp, eyes sharp. He had faced countless dangers in his career, space pirates, rogue satellites, natural cosmic hazards, but never anything like this. A real alien civilization was calling humanity for help. Not with threats, but with desperation. The signal had been decoded in hours. "We are trapped. Our planet is dying. Help us before it is too late," it said. Emily read the translation aloud, her voice echoing softly in the quiet room. "They are asking for help, and they are scared." On Earth, news of the signal spread quickly. People stared at glowing screens in wonder, fear, and disbelief. Some claimed it was a hoax, others feared a trap. Yet a part of every human heart beat faster at the thought of not being alone in the universe. Humanity had finally received a call from beyond, and it was a call for aid. Admiral Hale made his decision without hesitation. "We go," he said. "Prepare the fleet. Humanity will answer this call." His words carried over the comms like a promise and a warning all at once. Every ship in the fleet moved into position, engines humming, shields charged, weapons ready, but the goal was not war. It was rescue. The Armada cut through space with precision, faster than any journey attempted before. Light years slipped away beneath them, but on the alien planet, the inhabitants watched from beneath their crystal domes, their eyes wide with disbelief. They had sent the signal thinking no one could or would respond. Their fear had been matched only by hopelessness. And yet here came humanity, massive ships glinting in their sun, carrying hope, skill, and power they had never imagined. Captain Lena Voss, commanding the Vanguard, stared at the screens that showed the alien planet. "It's real," she whispered. "They are real, and they are in trouble." Her first officer, Rian Torres, placed a firm hand on her shoulder. "Then we do what humans do best. We help. If we fail, history will remember our effort. If we succeed, we change the universe." The Alien Council convened in secret chambers. They were small, thin beings with pale skin and eyes too large for their faces. Their voices were low hums, filled with tension. They had expected hesitation, fear, maybe a warning shot. But this response was astonishing. A fleet of strange ships, enormous and gleaming, was coming not to conquer but to save. Emily watched the alien transmission feed closely. The aliens were still unsure. Should they flee? Should they trust these strangers? Their world was fragile, crumbling beneath years of neglect and natural catastrophe, and revealing their location to outsiders was dangerous. But the humans moved with certainty and skill, landing scouts and probes to assess the situation carefully. On the ground, the first humans stepped out of their landing pods. Their suits reflected the dim sunlight of the alien world, and they carried equipment designed for survival and rescue. No weapons were drawn. No aggressive gestures were made. They simply stood, observing, waiting for a response. A young alien, smaller than the others, approached cautiously. Its hands trembled, and its voice, thin and musical, shook. "Why are you here to help?" Admiral Hale's voice came steady over the comms. "Because we can. Because no being deserves to face extinction alone." There was quiet after his words, a silence filled with awe and disbelief. The alien's eyes flickered, uncertain if the human commander spoke truth or cunning. As the sun set, casting long shadows over ruined cities and fractured landscapes, hope and fear mixed in strange ways. The first contact between species was not one of violence, but of trust tested on both sides. The aliens had never known compassion from an outside force. Humans had never faced a civilization in need so completely. Unseen in the shadows, far from both human eyes and alien gaze, a movement stirred. Something ancient and patient watched the approaching fleet. It had sensed the intrusion of humans into a corner of the galaxy it had long considered sacred. Something that had waited for centuries now began to stir, its intentions unknown, but clearly dangerous. The calm of first contact was only the beginning. The real test, the one that would decide the fate of two civilizations, was about to begin. And neither humans nor aliens realized just how high the stakes truly were. The alien world was quiet now, but the tension was thick. Humans had landed, moving carefully through the cracked streets and shimmering fields of crystalline structures. Every step they took was measured, as if they were entering a place that demanded respect. Captain Lena Voss and her team scanned the environment, their sensors picking up faint energy readings that made their heads ache slightly. The planet was dying, yes, but it was more than that. There was something alive, something watching. A small group of aliens had gathered near the landing site, keeping a careful distance. Their eyes were wide, filled with a mix of fear and curiosity. The youngest of them, a being named Kira, stepped forward. "Why do you risk yourselves for us?" she asked, her voice trembling. We do not understand." Lena knelt slightly, trying to appear non-threatening. "We help because life matters. That is enough." She paused, glancing at her crew. "We do not know everything about your world, but we will try to understand. We want to save you, not harm you." Rian Torres moved closer, scanning the surrounding city with his portable device. "The readings here are unusual. This planet is unstable in ways we didn't detect from orbit. There's more happening than just environmental collapse." Kira's eyes flickered nervously. "There are things here, things older than our records. They sleep most of the time, but they are aware, sometimes. They do not forgive intruders easily." Emily Carter, monitoring the transmission from Earth, felt a chill run down her spine. "They're talking about something ancient," she said. "Something dangerous. We need to be careful." As the humans moved deeper into the city, they noticed structures that were more than buildings. They seemed alive. Pulses of light ran through the walls, and soft vibrations moved under their feet. Lena signaled her crew to slow down. "Keep weapons ready but concealed. Let's not provoke anything we do not understand." Kira led them to a central square where the alien council waited. The leaders were taller, their faces lined with worry and wisdom. They spoke quickly in their language, but their words were translated instantly through the AI devices the humans carried. "You do not know what is under us," one of the elders said. "The signal you followed, it awakened them. You may have come to help, but you may also bring destruction." Lena frowned. "Who are they? What are you hiding?" The elder's eyes shifted toward the ground. "Long ago, our ancestors discovered creatures buried deep beneath the planet. They are not dead. They sleep, but they are aware. The distress signal disturbed their rest. We sent for help because we cannot face them alone." Rian muttered under his breath, "Something like this. This is beyond anything in human history." Suddenly, a low rumble shook the city. Dust and small debris fell from the rooftops. The humans instinctively took defensive positions, scanning the surrounding shadows. The ground quivered again, stronger this time, and the vibrations traveled through the streets like a warning. Emily gasped. "They're waking. Whatever is down there is waking." The aliens murmured in fear. Kira grabbed Lena's arm. "You do not understand. They are patient, but if they rise fully, nothing can stop them." Lena clenched her jaw. "Then we do not let that happen. We are here to protect you and your world. We will face whatever is coming. The first human drones hovered over the structures, scanning and sending data back to the fleet. The images showed massive, coiled forms beneath the surface. Shapes so large that even the city structures seemed small in comparison. Eyes, glowing faintly, opening slowly. Rian's voice trembled slightly. This is alive. And it's enormous. We might be the first humans ever to see such a creature. The aliens fell silent, their worst fears mirrored in the humans' faces. For the first time, the boundaries of trust, bravery, and survival were tested. The humans were here to save them, but even the humans could not fully prepare for what stirred beneath the ground. In the shadows of the city, deeper than any human or alien could see, something moved. It had sensed the arrival of new life, sensed the Armada's presence, and now it was curious and hungry. The calm of first contact had vanished. Suspense and fear filled the air. Both humans and aliens realized that their alliance was necessary, not just for survival, but for facing an ancient, unseen force that could destroy them all. Lena's eyes narrowed. "We will face it together," she said softly. "But we need a plan, fast." The city trembled again, stronger this time. The humans and aliens stood frozen, listening to the deep, vibrating growl that came from beneath the ground. Lena's hand went to her communicator. "Keep scanning. Find the source before it surfaces." Her voice was calm, but her heart raced. Every instinct told her this was unlike anything humans had faced before. Rian's sensors beeped wildly. "It's moving. And it's massive. I don't think we are even seeing the full size yet." His eyes were wide with a mixture of awe and fear. The drones sent up by the humans were bouncing signals off something enormous under the city. Shadows stretched like tendrils across the streets, but no one could see the full form. Kira and the other aliens huddled together. "It was buried for centuries," Kira whispered. "We thought it was only a myth, a story to scare children. But it is real, and it is awake." Emily, watching from the monitoring station on the Odyssey, gasped. "It's even bigger than we predicted. It could destroy entire districts if it attacks." She adjusted the sensors, sending warnings to Lena and the team. The elder alien stepped forward, trembling. "If it senses hostility, it will strike. You must approach carefully. We do not know how it reacts to outsiders." Lena nodded. "We understand. But we can't let it destroy the city. We have to contain it, or communicate, somehow." She looked around at her crew. "Everyone ready? Keep calm, keep focused." Suddenly, the ground cracked in front of them, wide fissures opening like the planet itself was tearing apart. Dust and rocks flew into the air. A massive shadow appeared under the cracks, a shape coiled and thick, moving with slow, deliberate power. The growl turned into a low roar, vibrating through every bone in the human bodies. Rian barely whispered, "It's alive and aware." The humans raised their shields and scanners. Lena moved forward slowly, trying to get closer without provoking it. "We are not your enemies," she said, her voice steady, though her hands shook. "We want to help you, help your world." The creature moved beneath the surface, massive claws breaking small buildings, its glowing eyes appearing briefly through the cracks. The aliens screamed in fear. "It knows we are here," Kira shouted. "We have disturbed it." Emily watched every feed, heart pounding. "It's intelligent, somehow. It's reacting to our presence. Lena, be careful. One wrong step and it could destroy everything." The creature paused, sensing. The vibrations stopped for a moment, the city trembling with silence. Then it emitted a loud, ear-splitting roar that shook everyone to the ground. Dust fell from the alien structures, and some humans stumbled on uneven ground. Lena steadied herself. "We are not leaving," she said. "We will face it together. Everyone, focus on containment and observation. No unnecessary risk." The aliens, though terrified, began to work with the humans. They used their knowledge of the planet's energy fields to predict the creature's movements. "It dislikes light," one elder whispered. "Bright, moving energy confuses it. You may be able to slow it down." Lena nodded. "Good. Deploy light barriers and signal patterns. Keep it calm. We need to study it before it attacks fully." The creature stirred again, slowly rising from the ground, massive body partially visible, eyes glowing like molten metal. It looked at the humans with curiosity and rage. Lena's team held their ground, using a combination of light patterns, shields, and careful positioning to keep it from fully attacking. Kira watched, eyes wide. "They are brave. I have never seen anyone stand against it like this. Not even our ancestors could." The creature growled again, louder, shaking the city, but it did not strike immediately. It seemed testing, observing, waiting for the humans to make a move. Lena's voice was calm but firm. "We will not harm you. We are here to save you and your world. But you must trust us." For the first time, the creature hesitated. Its massive form stopped, the glowing eyes focusing on Lena and her team. The city trembled, but silence followed the roar, as if the planet itself held its breath. Emily whispered into the comms. "This is it. The first true encounter. If Lena succeeds, we might make contact. If not..." Her words trailed off, fear in every heartbeat. The humans and aliens faced the ancient creature together. Their combined courage, intelligence, and hope were the only shields standing between survival and destruction. And in the shadows, deeper beneath the city, something even older stirred, sensing the humans' determination. The battle between fear, trust, and survival had begun. The calm of first contact was gone forever. The city shook as the massive creature stirred beneath the cracked streets. Humans and aliens alike scrambled to put their plan into action. Lena's team moved quickly, placing the glowing light barriers in a circular pattern, while drones hovered above, sending scanning pulses to track the creature's every movement. The aliens guided them, pointing to energy nodes hidden beneath the city that could help manipulate the ground's vibrations. Kira ran alongside Lena, her small hands adjusting the controls of a device that pulsed bright light. "It listens to energy," she said, panting. "We can confuse it if we use the patterns correctly. But if we fail, it will destroy everything." Lena nodded, gripping her communicator. "Everyone, stay sharp. Keep calm, and follow the plan. Do not provoke it unnecessarily." The creature roared again, shaking the buildings, and for a moment, it seemed impossible that humans could hold it back. Dust fell in thick clouds, and cracks widened beneath their feet. But the combined effort of human technology and alien knowledge began to work. The lights pulsed rhythmically, confusing the creature's senses. It paused, growling low, as the energy patterns kept it at bay. Rian shouted, "It's working. But barely. Its movements are unpredictable. Stay ready." The elders of the Alien Council guided the humans further. "Focus on the nodes beneath the city. They control the vibrations. If you can stabilize them, you can slow it down long enough to learn from it." Emily, watching from the Odyssey, gasped as the live feed showed the creature thrashing violently but still contained. "They're doing it. They're actually holding it," she whispered, her hands trembling. "But one mistake, and it's over." Kira looked at Lena. "We are close. We can control it. But only if we work together completely. Trust each other. Trust the plan." Lena's eyes hardened with determination. "We have no choice. We will hold it. Humanity does not back down. Aliens, humans, together, we protect life." The creature lunged suddenly, testing the barriers. Light beams flickered under its massive body, drones dodged its claws, and the energy nodes vibrated violently. The city shook harder than before. Some buildings crumbled, but the team stayed focused, adjusting the node's frequency and moving the light barriers with perfect timing. A low rumble came from deeper underground, something darker than the creature above. The aliens' faces went pale. "That is not the only one, an elder whispered. Something even older awakens below. We misjudged its presence. Lena froze for a split second. What do you mean? How many? The elder shook his head, voice trembling. We do not know. But it has sensed your fleet, your energy. If it rises, it could consume the city, and more. Rian's face went white. More? There's more than one. The creature above hesitated again, growling low. It sensed the presence of something else. Its attention shifted slightly, and cracks appeared in the barriers. The humans and aliens scrambled to stabilize the pattern, sweat dripping down their faces. Every second mattered. Kira shouted instructions rapidly, guiding Lena and the crew. Quick! Adjust the energy nodes. Move the barriers. It will break through if we delay. Lena moved with precision, following Kira's guidance. The creature roared in frustration, pounding the ground, but the rhythmic light patterns and controlled vibrations began to work again. Slowly, it calmed, its thrashing becoming less violent, though its glowing eyes still burned with fury. Emily gritted her teeth. They're doing it, barely. But they've slowed it. They bought time. The first real cooperation between humans and aliens was paying off. For the first time, the ancient creature seemed to hesitate, unsure of its next move. The team realized this was the moment to study it, to understand it, and perhaps communicate before more dangers emerged from the depths below. Lena turned to Kira. We need to learn from it, understand it, before the others wake. If we fail now, this city, maybe this planet, could be lost. Kira nodded, fear and hope in her eyes. Then we do not fail. We fight, we learn, and we survive, together. The creature's eyes followed the humans, pulsing with an awareness that seemed almost intelligent. It was alive, dangerous, and ancient, but for now, it was contained. The city trembled, the air vibrated with energy, and the alliance between humans and aliens proved to be the only thing standing between survival and annihilation. But in the shadows, far deeper underground, something even older stirred. It sensed the humans' presence, the energy of the Armada above, and the ancient creature struggling on the surface. It waited, patient and hungry, ready to test the new alliance. The calm of first containment was only temporary. The real challenge, the battle for the survival of both species, was about to begin. The city lay in uneasy silence. The first creature had been slowed, but the ground still trembled beneath the human and alien feet. Lena and Kira led a small team deeper into the heart of the city, toward the energy nodes that seemed to pulse with a life of their own. Every step echoed in the empty streets, shadows stretching unnaturally as if the planet itself was watching them. Rian adjusted his scanner, eyes scanning the readings. The first one isn't alone, he said quietly. There's something deeper, something bigger. I can feel it through the vibrations. It's ancient, older than anything on our records. Kira's face went pale. I warned you, it's not just one. There are others beneath the city, sleeping. But now, they are awake. Your arrival disturbed them all. Emily monitored from the Odyssey. Lena, whatever you find, be careful. We are not just dealing with one creature anymore. There could be dozens, even more. Their energy signatures are massive. The deeper they went, the stronger the vibrations became. Cracks widened, dust fell from abandoned buildings, and the air felt thick, heavy with anticipation. The team moved with caution, light barriers flickering around them, shields up, drones hovering above to provide extra eyes. Suddenly, the ground shook violently. A massive shadow moved beneath them, larger than anything they had seen before. Lena raised her hand, signaling the team to halt. The air vibrated with a low hum, like the planet itself was alive. The first creature, still struggling above, seemed to respond to this new presence, growling and thrashing in fear or recognition. Kira whispered, her voice barely audible. It knows we are here. It senses the others, and it is calling them. Lena clenched her fists. We can't retreat. We need to understand it, learn its patterns, or we will all be destroyed. She looked at her team, determination in her eyes. Stay focused. Trust each other. Humans and aliens together, we survive or fail together. Rian pointed at his scanner. It's huge, deeper than we imagined. The energy is massive, pulsing like a heartbeat. If it fully awakens, it could swallow the city, maybe the entire planet's surface. Emily muttered from the Odyssey. We underestimated them. All of them. Lena, you are facing the real test now. The team pressed forward, navigating streets cracked and twisted by tremors. Every step seemed to echo in the depths, and shadows moved unnaturally, hinting at shapes far larger than the first creature. Lena's heart pounded, but she kept her focus. She had to lead the humans and aliens through this, or none would survive. Suddenly, a low rumble turned into a deep roar from below. The ground split, and a massive claw broke the surface near the team. Dust and debris flew everywhere. Lena barely leaped back, signaling the team to retreat and regroup. The first creature froze, its eyes glowing in recognition of the new threat. Kira cried out. It is calling them. The others are waking. We do not have much time. Lena's voice rang out, steady but urgent. Form the barriers. Stabilize the energy nodes. Use the light patterns and vibrations. We slow them down, we can contain them temporarily, but we need a long-term solution. Rian worked frantically with the controls, sweat dripping from his brow. The energy pulses responded, shaking the ground in rhythmic waves. The first creature seemed calmed again, but the new presence was growing stronger, vibrations more violent, deeper, unstoppable if not controlled immediately. Emily's voice came through the comms, tight with tension. Lena, whatever is down there, it's massive, ancient, and it knows we are here. Its awareness is intelligent. Be careful. The alien elders whispered to Kira. This is what our legends warned of, the true guardians of the planet. They were never meant to be disturbed. You humans, you awaken them all. Lena glanced around at her team, determination shining through fear. We will face them. We will learn. And we will survive. Together. For the first time, humans and aliens moved as one, combining technology and ancient knowledge, trying to hold back a force older than civilization itself. But the deeper threat had revealed itself. It was not just one creature, they were facing a force that could change everything, and the calm of first contact had long vanished. In the depths below, the hidden threat pulsed, sensing every move, every energy pattern, every heartbeat above. It waited, and it was patient. But now it was awake. The ground shook violently, dust and debris flying through the air as Lena and her team raced to stabilize the energy nodes. The creatures below had fully awakened, massive forms breaking through the cracked city streets. Their glowing eyes burned with intelligence and fury. Humans and aliens stood together, shields raised, light barriers flickering, hearts pounding with fear and determination. Rian shouted. They're everywhere. More than we expected. Drones hovered frantically above, scanning the enormous forms of the creatures. Each one was larger than the first, their scales glinting under the alien sun, claws sharp enough to crush buildings, bodies pulsing with energy. Kira screamed over the chaos. The legends were true. We have awakened the Guardians. They will not forgive easily. Lena grabbed the controls of a portable energy node, adjusting its frequency to stabilize the trembling ground. Focus. Hold them off. We cannot let them destroy the city. The creatures lunged, breaking barriers with immense power. The first one, recognizing the humans and aliens as threats, or maybe as challengers, roared, shaking the streets violently. Buildings cracked, and dust filled the air. Lena barely dodged a claw, signaling her team to regroup. The aliens joined forces, using ancient devices to manipulate energy flows beneath the ground. Redirect the pulses. Confuse them. Slow them down. Kira shouted, her hands moving rapidly over the controls. The humans fired light patterns, flashing beams in synchronized rhythms, forcing the creatures to hesitate. Their movements became uncertain, slowed by the combined human technology and alien knowledge. Lena glanced at Rian. "Keep it steady. Don't let them break through." The creatures roared in unison, a deafening sound that rattled every bone. The vibrations pulsed through the city, toppling weakened structures. One massive creature lunged directly at Lena's team, but Kira activated an energy node beneath it. The ground shook violently, and the creature froze, confused and struggling to regain control. Emily monitored from the Odyssey, her voice tense. "Lena, your coordination is incredible. But these creatures, they are adapting. They are learning your patterns. Be careful." Rian's scanner beeped wildly. "There's a massive energy surge. Another one is coming from the depths. Bigger than any we've seen yet." Lena's eyes narrowed. "Then we adapt. Humans survive, aliens survive. Together, we hold our ground." She adjusted the light barriers, creating a web of glowing energy across the streets. The creatures' movements slowed, but their eyes glowed brighter, intelligence shining in them. The aliens moved swiftly, activating more ancient devices beneath the city. "This is the only way. Combine it with the light patterns," an elder commanded. The first real confrontation between humans and ancient creatures raged across the city. Dust, debris, light, and energy collided in a chaotic dance of survival. Lena's team moved with precision, the aliens guiding every step, every adjustment. Together, they formed a web of control that held the creatures back, barely. The massive forms paused, breathing heavily, scanning the humans and aliens. For the first time, it seemed as though they were considering retreat, or perhaps evaluating whether their challengers were worthy. Kira's voice trembled with relief and awe. They are not attacking fully. They are hesitating." Lena lowered her hand slightly, still alert. "Good. But we cannot relax. There is something bigger beneath them, waiting. We hold them now, but the real threat is still coming." Emily's voice crackled over the comms. "Lena, watch the depths. Your fight up here is only part of the battle. The planet itself is alive, and whatever is below is aware of every move." The humans and aliens held their ground, bodies tense, eyes locked on the glowing forms before them. The first direct confrontation had begun, and neither species would back down. For the first time, they realized that their alliance was the only chance to survive the ancient forces that now moved against them. The calm of first contact was gone forever. Action, fear, and determination filled every heartbeat. And in the shadows below, something far older and more massive than any creature above shifted, watching, waiting, and ready to strike. The city trembled as the last massive creatures struggled against the combined human and alien defenses. Lena stood at the center of the energy web, sweat running down her face, heart pounding, but determination burning in her eyes. Every human and alien around her moved as one, adjusting barriers, controlling energy nodes, and coordinating light patterns. There was no time for fear, only focus and unity. Rian shouted. "They are breaking through. The energy pulses are not enough anymore." Kira quickly adjusted the ancient alien device beneath the ground. "We can reinforce it. Focus the energy from the city's core nodes." Lena's hands flew over her controls. "Do it. Everyone, hold the lines. Do not let them rise fully." The creatures roared violently, shaking the streets and tearing through the weakened barriers. Dust and debris flew in every direction. But the alliance worked flawlessly. The humans' technology, combined with alien knowledge, created a web of energy that slowed the creatures, confusing them and keeping them contained. The first creature, massive and intelligent, lunged toward Lena's team, eyes glowing with fury. She activated the strongest light pattern, blinding and disorienting it just enough to force it back. Rian's drones fired synchronized pulses, and the alien nodes sent vibrations that stabilized the ground, preventing total chaos. The other creatures followed, but the humans and aliens anticipated their moves. Together, they pushed them back, step by step, until the creatures were contained in a glowing barrier of energy, unable to advance further. Emily's voice came through the comms, strained but full of relief. Lena, you've done it. The creatures are contained, for now. But the planet, it's alive. And it knows we are here. The elders of the Alien Council approached cautiously. You have done what we thought impossible. The Guardians are aware of your strength, your courage, and your unity. They will not attack as long as the balance is maintained. But the deeper threat, it still stirs. Lena wiped the sweat from her brow. Then we prepare. We learn. We stay vigilant. Humans and aliens together, we protect life. That is the only way. Kira nodded, her eyes filled with awe. You risked everything. I never thought outsiders could stand against them. But now, maybe there is hope. The creatures, massive and ancient, pulsed with energy beneath the barriers, alive but restrained. For the first time, humans and aliens understood that they were not just fighting. They were negotiating survival with forces far older than themselves. In the distance, deep underground, something even older moved, sensing the human armada, the energy pulses and the creatures above. It paused, as if studying the new alliance. Lena and her team had bought time, but the real challenge was far from over. As the city slowly settled from the chaos, humans and aliens began repairing structures, adjusting the energy barriers, and planning for the future. They had faced extinction together and survived. But both species knew the universe held far greater dangers, and their unity was the key to facing them. Lena looked out at the horizon, the alien sun setting behind distant mountains. We've survived today, she said softly. But tomorrow, the real test begins. Kira stood beside her, watching the glowing energy nodes. Then we face it together. Humans, aliens, we survive together. The ancient creatures pulsed beneath the city, alive, aware, and patient. The Armada hovered in orbit, ready for the next challenge. The Alliance had survived the first battle, but the universe was vast, mysterious, and full of unknown threats. And somewhere, deep in the shadows of the planet, something older than the Guardians stirred, sensing life, intelligence, and courage. It had waited centuries for this moment. Now, it had finally awakened. The calm of first contact was gone forever. Humanity and its new allies had proven their courage, but the universe was watching, and the next challenge was coming.